Hello, everyone. This is Doug Cripe from the GEO Secretariat, and I'm pleased to present to you the GEO Knowledge Hub in the context of the GEO Symposium. The GEO Knowledge Hub, as most of you have already seen, was introduced, at least a prototype of it, at the GEO Plenary in Canberra back in November of 2019. And as demonstrated there, the GEO Knowledge Hub, the ultimate aim of the hub is to contribute to our understanding and application of reproducible knowledge gained through activities of the GEO work program. Just a bit about myself. My background is actually in atmospheric science and climatology, and I've been working at the GEO Secretariat since 2007. Just prior to that, for a year, I worked at the WMO in the hydrology department, and I am currently serving as the senior scientist across a number of projects at the Secretariat. So, thinking about reproducible knowledge, what is the challenge that we're attempting to address with the GEO Knowledge Hub? As most of you know, the work program is full of activities. So we have flagships, we have initiatives, we have community activities that are all at various points along the line of developing applications for Earth observations. The work program is complex, and it is sprawling, and it is occasionally difficult to find applications of Earth observations, to find the various components that make up those applications, and then consequently it is difficult at times for finding reuses of Earth observation applications that have been developed in the work program, for scaling up those activities. So what the GEO Knowledge Hub is trying to address is to bring a single roof, a single place over the components of an application of Earth observations developed within the GEO work program. Try to find a single spot where you can discover, access, and reuse all of that knowledge that would be contained within a given application. So as we have pointed out at the plenary, the way that the Knowledge Hub is designed to work is that through a text search, you would come to a curated set of resources and linkages that provide open access to Earth observation solutions so that they can be reproduced, or they can be reused, or they can be adapted to a given situation and scaled up. First of all, what do we mean when we talk about knowledge? Knowledge obviously has a lot of different definitions. In the context of reproducible knowledge, we are thinking in terms of research publications. In other words, if a given application of Earth observations is developed on a certain methodology, we could take land degradation neutrality, for example, on determining net primary productivity of land. There is a certain methodology that's involved, a certain approach as to how that's done. And then we are also thinking in terms of a variety of resources that support that methodology. We're looking at codes, models, software. We're looking at the actual data itself. It could be remotely sensed data, it could be in situ data, it could be a combination of those. In some cases, perhaps there is a predictive element that forms a part of the application from modeling. So we would be interested in the model that is used, as well as inputs and outputs and initialization and boundary conditions and so forth. And then we would be interested in training materials to develop capacity. So all of these we would term knowledge resources. And then combining them together in a single spot, we would label that as a knowledge package, Again, the package would contain all of the components, all of the resources necessary to reproduce a given application of Earth observations. Open knowledge is any content, information, or data that people are free to use, reuse, and redistribute without any legal, technological, or social restriction. And that's a definition that is operational for the Knowledge Hub that comes from the Open Knowledge Foundation. This illustration here on the right-hand side just shows the kinds of resources that would be gathered together within a given knowledge package, as I've outlined just now. Now, as I mentioned, GEO, as all of you know, is an international intergovernmental partnership, and there are many moving parts involved in GEO. The work program, again, is at the compendium of all the activities that are taking place and are contributed by the member governments to GEO. But how can we find a way to organize everything, or as much as we possibly can, that is happening within the work program, so that it doesn't lie unused, it doesn't lie hidden, but it can benefit the greatest number of individuals in society. It can inform decision making. In other words, how can we provide a layer of organization that will allow the greatest uptake of Earth observation applications? Well, the response of the Knowledge Hub is to serve the function of a digital library of those Earth observation applications. And as I mentioned in the previous slide, we're looking at combining all these resources into a knowledge package or as something that is curated. In other words, it's mediated, and that means that it's not just combined right and left without much thought, but it is a knowledge package that has been thought about by the contributors, by the data providers, by the ones doing the research, by the end users. The whole value chain of information production has been implicitly implied or implicitly used in curating or mediating the knowledge that's available through these knowledge packages. So the point here is that there is a certain authority or a certain robustness that goes along with the information contained within the knowledge package. Again, demonstrating the application of Earth observations for a given issue. How can activities of the GEO work program contribute to the Knowledge Hub? And before I go into the slide, I just want to say right now that we view the Knowledge Hub as being a two-way street. It is not simply it is a digital library, but we're not looking to just intake everything that's being done in the work program. We would like to demonstrate how the digital library that the Knowledge Hub represents can benefit the activities of the work program. And this is because the Knowledge Hub will provide kind of a sounding board, if you will, to amplify the work that's being done within each of those activities of the work program. In other words, the Knowledge Hub gives you a platform to broadcast to the world what it is that you're doing and allow others to do that. So we are thinking in terms of, in an initial phase, working with the flagships, initiatives, and where appropriate, the community activities across the work program to start to identify those applications of Earth observations that are fairly mature and can form a comprehensive whole of a knowledge package within the Knowledge Hub. And then once that phase has reached a certain cruising level, we would then think in terms of organizing a series of webinars to focus on the use of the Knowledge Hub itself and how it can be used to train the trainers. In other words, this is getting at the capacity development segment of using the Knowledge Hub. And again, the GEO Secretariat is going to be in close contact with work program leadership so that we can start to work with identifying those projects that are mature and also the different components that we think would be necessary to develop the complete knowledge package. So we are, as things go along, we'll be looking to establish focal points within each of the flagships and initiatives, and again, some of the community activities who can serve as the liaison between the Secretariat and that activity to develop the appropriate knowledge package. So again, by contributing to the Knowledge Hub, the work program activities of GEO can work to maximize the applications that they have developed, the knowledge that they have put together, that they've created within their groups, and maximize the impact and uptake by broader level, broader range of entities and end users. The goal of the Knowledge Hub is to present the information in such a way that it's very, very simple to use. Admittedly, there will need to be some degree of technical knowledge of how to use software and how to use a website and so forth, but we're really aiming towards what's called the click and go concept. And what this means is that we want to facilitate access to the software, and we want to make it as easy to use as possible, because a repository that contains code might not be, might not be enough for someone to know how to apply it, but we want to just automate things as much as possible. So it's envisaged that the Knowledge Hub is going to provide links to pre-built environments with software already installed, and that software would be ready to run. So as you might recall, for the proof of concept that we demonstrated in Canberra during the plenary in 2019, which again, that was an application of Send2Agri, the Send2Agri project, and how it developed a crop mask. For that proof of concept, the knowledge team worked with Send2Agri developers to produce or to develop an Amazon machine image that can be publicly accessible by anyone. And then from this machine image, the user would be able to create his or her own private instance in just a few minutes with minimal in time and cost investment. The point here is, again, to accommodate the highest number of potential users. And so it's crucial that knowledge providers instigate different cloud platforms, both public and private, or even alternative solutions such as Dockerfile for local installations. This is getting a little bit in the technical weeds, but nonetheless, we are the point here is that we are very cognizant of the fact that this needs to be not complicated to use, and we're working on ways of automating that. One of the ways that we're seeking to make this simple is by using software that's called Invenio Research Research Data Management. It's a platform that allows researchers to share and preserve scientific results. And there are three primary purposes for using Invenio RDM. That is to facilitate the dissemination and archival of data and information, to enable reproducibility, and also enable reuse. So Invenio RDM has been chosen because it is open source. It provides a convenient infrastructure to organize all aspects of science and reproducible research. And it is also a platform that is customizable and extendable. It is a platform that is robust, modular, scalable, and independent of a given computing platform. So Invenio RDM is a solution that is one that will maximize dissemination, enable reproducibility, and empower reuse. It's also being developed with a wide range of features that will streamline good data practices, and boost value throughout the research lifecycle. Who is involved in the development of Invenio RDM? You can see here a number of partners who have been working with CERN. CERN is the main driver of the development of Invenio RDM, but you can see here that there are a wide variety of universities and research institutes who are also involved in developing Invenio RDM. I mean, the point here is that Invenio RDM is a community-driven solution to hosting science, open science data and infrastructures. It has a established governance, so it's not just everything's contributed willy-nilly, but CERN goes through a very careful procedure in making changes to Invenio RDM, and once again, it is a free and open source platform. The GEO Secretariat has been participating in periodic teleconferences with this group of contributors to Invenio RDM. We are not involved in actual code production, but we have provided a number of points of advice as it has been going along. So to close my presentation here, I just want to emphasize that the GEO Knowledge Hub is a way of trying to maximize the knowledge and information that has been produced across the work program so that it can have maximal uptake broadly across not only the GEO membership, but also among participating organizations and even the commercial sector, those who are becoming associates of GEO. We're looking to the GEO work program to be the main actors in populating the GEO Knowledge Hub. But again, I want to emphasize that this is a two-way street. It's not just that the Knowledge Hub is benefiting from the work program activities to justify its existence, but the Knowledge Hub will maximize or work towards maximizing the impact of Earth observation applications developed by the work program. Again, the Knowledge Hub is using open source solutions of Invenio RDM, as I've outlined. Also, something else that is attractive about the solution of Invenio RDM is that it has open application programming interfaces that allow easy or will allow easy integration with the GEOS platform. In other words, the Invenio RDM contains already a number of interfaces that will address integration within the GEOS platform. It speaks kind of a common language. Finally, the GEO Knowledge Hub is going to enhance GEO's impact through scaling up knowledge developed by the work program activities across GEO. And by scaling up, what we mean is a given solution has been developed using Earth observations, perhaps for a national usage, perhaps for a regional usage, but we can amplify that particular solution by providing the open source information components that went into it to allow it to be adapted to another nation's use or another region's use, and so forth. So I hope this has provided an overview of what we are trying to do in providing reproducible knowledge through the GEO Knowledge Hub and making GEOS ultimately as much results oriented as we can. Thank you very much for your attention.